Hey, it's Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we're doing this a little different today. Just as I was about ready to do the chart lesson, this trade set up, so I went ahead and took it and decided I would take it, and there it goes, and you can see. But I recorded all this, and in my eagerness to get the recording going to try to record that silly last second trade, I did the whole video with no volume. So I'm replaying this video. You saw the trade that just happened there. There was a channel working up. You see that channel, then the break and two moves to a new high. But I didn't like going long until we had the trap off the upper side. Notice that failed second entry long right there. There's the new high, first entry, pullback, second entry. It fails. Goes out the top first, then goes out the bottom. And so I just put my stop down there. It was a quick, easy trade. You saw how quick it lasted, just a blink there. And got my runner just as quick, though. So, but anyway, I added that trade on. And then I got through with the video, and I realized no volume whatsoever. And so I'm not going to go back and redo this video. I'm just going to play parts of it and just kind of highlight what I'm talking about. But this was an exact replica of what we saw yesterday, kind of a spiking channel type day. It's very rare the market will give you, a gift like that. So take it when you can get it. And but I'm actually gonna stop this video, I think, and just go back to my chart and talk about that. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna pause this a second and go back to my chart and just do a quick rehash of what I did earlier. But I wanted to show that trade there. I hope that trade made sense to you. I'll go over it again, but let me pause this for just a second. Okay, you can see my regular chart here, but just as I was getting ready to go over the trades, this trade set up, and I'm going to just show you again where I entered here. Let me make it a little bit bigger. We had this channel working up. This was the first break of the bigger channel, so I'm looking for prices to come down and make a new low. Maybe we don't get there. Maybe we get a reversal pattern first. But anyway, we had the break, two legs up to a new high, but I didn't like going short here, even though you could have and it would have worked. And then we had a little failed, another break higher that failed and turned down. But by the time you got a chance to take the short right here, you had all this overlap and stuff. And so I didn't like it, so I wanted to wait and see if we didn't get a trap off this new high, which notice what we did. We got a new high. You're coming down first entry long. It looks like a failed second entry short that's going to go into a second entry long, but you don't want to go long right there, so it turns into a failed entry long. And so I just put my stop right here. Probably could have used a limit order and might have gotten out a little bit quicker, but all the same, you can't, sometimes it doesn't come back like that on a good trap. But it's obvious a lot of people didn't get trapped here because it just didn't take off like you would expect. They had to really fight to get on down there. But I put my stop right there. You saw the end of the trade. It happened so quick I couldn't even get it recorded. It was one of those trades you're just in and out in a blink. So I still would be surprised if we don't make a new low here. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't rally out of here because we've really had two strong days down. And we're back below 1,800 where we were up at 1,850 or 60 just a couple of days ago. So we've had a big sell-off. But let me back out, show you the big picture. It's almost identical as yesterday. You had this little short-term trend coming down that turns out to be a spike in channel. All the shorts are on this working their way down. I was through well before lunch today and then got some gravy by adding on a little demonstration there on that trade I just took and showed you and talked about. So, but let me show you the trades real quickly. Again, this is my second time through this, and I was going to take the day off, but it was just too cold, so I didn't take it off. But let's go through the trades real quickly. You probably wouldn't have this channel yet. So this trade was taken just based solely off the fact that you have this channel working down and you're looking for a new low, which you see we got the break and a new low. But draw the little short-term channel, which even it was a little bit difficult to find. But if you draw it off those first few bars there, it's obvious, and we kind of overshot it. and then we had the break, and then we had a move up. But I like going short here simply on a failed break out of this, above all these matching highs right across here, and with the idea that it's probably going to snap back and at least come back and test that, but probably going to make a new low, and that turned out to be a really big trade. Any runners were good. You could have ridden them at least down to this, and you could have ridden them all the way to the new low, which is what you're looking for there. It was tempting to want to go long in here, but we're looking for that retest, and by the time it set up for a short, it's just they're all stacked up. So this is kind of no man's land. Just wait and see what happens. And then guess what? You get a first entry long, pullback, second entry. So you get a little double top on a failed break. It's like a breakout pullback short. It's a failed second entry long. All kind of reasons to go short. So just go short there, and this thing just keeps heading right down to where you expect, a new low, and then it starts bouncing. But you should have had this drawn off those first two swings there. You may not have had it just right, but just draw it, and then you can adjust it. But now you come back and you get these first two swings set it up, and then this is the confirmation that it's good. I didn't notice that you draw your little channel, wait on the break, the new high. So you've got your break and your new high, so now you can reverse. But I didn't like taking this first trade because look how they all stacked up there again, overlapping. So wait on a second entry, which you kind of got here. Notice you had a little correction, and then it turns down. So just go short right there. And if you wanted to be real aggressive, you probably would have taken that second entry, but I just didn't like it because there's too big a chance it could turn down and tick back up and then trap people and then go where you think. But then you get a two-legged pullback right back to the trend line again. This bar broke out to the top first and then came down. It's a second entry short with that little trap at the top, off the trend line. If you didn't take that, you definitely, when it turned higher here and then turned back down and gave you your second entry, you got to jump in there. And if you were already on, you might add on there. And this was another huge move down, and you could have got runners out of this. That's what's so great about it. And then you get another little two-legged correction back to the EMA. You're not down to the low side yet. You should have just copied this line and drug it down here to this one. Or maybe even this one is where I originally had it, but later I adjusted it back up when we started bouncing down that line. And you can see that turned out to be right. So ride it out till it starts correcting, or till you reach this line. Then look, two legs back. This one I felt was a little aggressive. There wasn't a lot of price action to determine if the channel was right or not. We weren't back to this trend line, but we did get above the median line. So, but there are two measured legs back. It's a second entry short. So there are reasons to take it if you want to be aggressive, but I felt it was too aggressive, so I didn't really like it. Then you get this, notice this high here, first entry pullback, second entry. So you got a new high, you tested it twice. You got a trap there. Just go short right there. And this one chopped on down and finally met the trend line. Just exit off that trend line somewhere. And if you got any runners, and then it bounces, so draw your channel. And that led us into the trade that I demonstrated. But notice I waited on the trap to the high side here because we just had all that overlap. And still, even though it took a little bit, it worked out pretty quickly, but it didn't go as low as I thought it was. I was looking for a retest of this low, and still wouldn't be surprised if we don't trap some people and get there, because we do have a little trend line working down on this little channel right through here probably. So now we got a break. We really kind of had a break there, but we didn't get a new low yet. So we'll just have to see. And I get that line's probably the same as that line. It's real close. You can see that. And if we just draw this one to that one, that's probably it. You can see that. So, but anyway, we'll have to see what this one does. This is looking like a little reversal pattern, but you may just get two legs up, and I don't see any reason to be going long yet. I'd still be leery about going long, although we could rally out of here. Now if it turns up, you've got a failed second entry short, but I still would be real leery. Uh, but there is a trap right there, so it may be worth considering going long there. If it breaks higher, just put you a stop in there. We'll see what happens. But that's what I saw today. Um, I hate that I did the first video because I spent some time talking about some other things too, but I'm not going to go through it again. Um, I just, every time I get in a hurry and try to do the video, I forget to turn my headphones on. I don't know what's wrong with me. I haven't done it in a while, but you know, for a couple of weeks there, I did it over and over. And, you know, I guess I'm just getting senile in my old age or whatever. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up and start my weekend. Like I said, I wasn't going to trade today, but when I got up here and it was 5 degrees, there's nothing to do outside. It's just too cold. So I said, hey, I'm going to come in and trade a little bit, do a quick video, and then start my weekend. So I'm going to wrap it up. This is Mack with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.